is there going to be a variance allowed? What are we, you know, based on what the rule says and what we're hearing?
The guidelines that they've put forth don't mention anything about a variance, but you know, I think our opinion is there's got to be some, because there is going to be discrepancies to some degree, so there has to be some variance. And at the, you know, again, at the end of the day, you know, a container can be overweight. That's fine. It's just, you know, getting that verified weight is going to be the key. But the, you know, getting that, the weight that what they're obviously trying to accomplish is trying to ensure that the vessels are stowed properly, so there's no issues that could, you know, come to fruition at sea. But in any event, that as far as a variance goes, no, there's been nothing mentioned to my knowledge.
I know the UK, I don't know if they've officially passed this, but I know the UK has been talking about a variance, and I believe it was in the 5% range, which, you know, I think is, I've heard people say that that would be a fair kind of allowance. I mean, we early on in the process of kind of investigating this, we talked to a shipper who deals with wood products, and they said, you know, the weight of a container from the time it's loaded to the time it makes a long kind of, you know, inland move at the point in the origin country, it could easily, during like a rainy season, the weight could easily swell up and be overweight compared to what was initially weighed, you know, when the container was first loaded. So there's all sorts of things where a variance is going to have to be accounted for. And I think Patrick's right. I think what the carriers want more than anything else is just knowledge ahead of time so that they in the terminals can plan out the stowage properly. I think that's probably more of in the spirit of this than just rejecting a box because it's 1 pound overweight.
Yeah, you know, this question came up at the TPM, and I think it was CMA that was sitting on the panel discussing this, and they noted that they make for variances every day when they're loading a container. They expect a container to be overweight by sometimes several thousand pounds. 1,000 pounds itself isn't that much in their opinion. So they already allow for a tolerance. So if you're talking about a business-to-business type of transaction, it makes sense that that the carrier that wants your goods wants you to buy space on their vessel is going to allow for some sort of variance that they're already making up for. And they also noted that there have not been any problems with U.S. cargo on these ships or on an outbound side when it comes to the verified gross mass, and that U.S. exporters are in fact complying, so to speak, by providing an accurate gross weight of their product to the carriers already, who then include their tear weight in order to organize their ship stowage plans. But so anyways, it sounds like for the most part U.S. exporters are doing their job with complying to the rule already. But I agree that there in the rule there are no list of specific exceptions. But our expectation is that we're going to hear a little bit more about this in the upcoming months, is what I would guess. So we may have to have a follow-up to this question and answer forum once we hear about that.